So I had this conversation with Harry. He's the manager of the packing plant. I was taking some boxes down there. I work at Iceland, you know, behind the counter and other places. And I was taking some boxes down there, as I say, and I said to Harry, you know, I do a bit of painting in my spare time, and he said, "Oh, I do too." And I said, "Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that you were into art." And he said, "No, I'm not into art. I'm sorry. No, I misunderstood there. I've been painting the back stairs. You know, me wife bought this beautiful tin of pink paint, and I thought that had to have something to do with it, you know. So the back stairs have been needing painting for God knows how long, you know, donkey's ages. So I got myself a brush, a 4-inch brush, you know. They got them on sale in the back of the store there. And I thought, look, just a minute, Harry, I said to him, you know, I interrupted you for a minute here. What I wanted to talk about was my painting, my art. And Harry says, why? And I could see the look in his eyes. He wasn't really interested, you know. He's pretending to be, but that's just because he's a manager, and he thinks he should keep everybody happy. But I tell you, I knew right away that he wasn't interested in art. But nonetheless, I thought, no, I mean, everybody's got to be educated to some extent. And I thought, Harry, I mean, at least he's had some pink paint on his hands recently, so maybe I can talk to him a bit. Anyway, I said to him, look, Harry, when I go home in the evenings after a hard day's work here, the best thing that I like to do. And Harry looked at me and the sort of smile on his face. And I said, no, it's got nothing to do with the booze, nothing to do with women. It's all to do with getting me easel out and me canvas, putting the canvas up there. Sometimes I work on a canvas for months on end. And getting me paintbrushes out and putting some nice black and white and yellow and red and pink and not pink, no, that's bloody Harry, some blue, so I get all the what's called the primary colours. I get them all doing there on the palette, and then I just start to mix on the canvas. I put the bloody yellow on the canvas, and I put some blue right alongside of it, and then I just get the brush and I just brush them all in together there. And my God, you should see the quality of the work that comes out of that. I tell you, there's no like painting if you want to have a bit of a holiday from life. One of you was asking about Mary. Mary is my girlfriend. She's not much to look at, but she's got a very kind heart, and that's what I like about her. And I must admit, she takes care of me. Let's put it that way and be polite, She takes good care. Well, anyway, she said to me, I was working in Iceland that morning, and was coming up to dinner time, and we sometimes get 10 minutes to ourselves, and I said to her, well, let's go around the back there, amongst the garbage cans and so on, so that we're alone. There's nobody goes out there except the garbage men to pick it up early in the morning. So it was fairly clean at that time because the garbage hadn't been put out later. And anyway, get out all of that stuff. She said, we got around there, and she said, I'm a bit worried. I was sort of taking her in my arms and looking into her eyes and everything like that, And she said, I'm a bit worried about my sister, just not to interfere with anything. But and I said, trying to pucker my lips and stuff, and get ready to have a bit of passion. And she said, yeah, she's really so stressed, man, She's just come back from 2 weeks holiday in Tenerife, and she really is just as stressed as when she went away. And I said, I know, feeling of stress myself, I said, well, look, if you want to, I mean, there's nothing to do about stress. You know, it's been going on for thousands of years. You know, I mean, it used to be, you know, way back when, in the historical times, as I say, people were still, you know, they didn't call it stress. You know, they didn't have, you know, things like rat race and stuff like that. They had rats, plenty of rats, you know, but none of the rats were racing anybody, and it was just like quiet for the rats and quiet for the people, but there was still stress there, you know. And there was this old fella. I mean, he used to talk to people about this. You know, I remember reading about this. Yes, and he used to say, well, stress is there because people want something that they don't have. You know, I tell you, I could feel that right there and then. And I'm saying, you know, if you don't get what you want, well, you get bloody frustrated, don't you? And she said, you know, looking sort of, you know, over my shoulder kind of thing. Oh, I know what you mean, a sort of vague way, you know, so I could tell like she wasn't really into it. But I said, anyway, look, that's what stress about. It's about wanting something and not getting it. And she said, oh, I see what you mean. And well, about then I had to look at my watch and I saw 10 minutes had gone. And